ಹಲೋ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಟು ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕನ್ನಡ. ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಟೀಚರ್ ಎಲಿಜಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ 2022ಗಾಗಿ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಎಮ್ ಸಿ ಕ್ಯೂನ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಪೆಡಗೋಗಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಲವು ಎಮ್ ಸಿ ಕ್ಯೂನ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ನೀವೇನಾದರೂ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಟಿ ಇ ಟಿ ಪೇಪರ್ 1 ಅಥವಾ ಪೇಪರ್ 2ಗೆ ಪ್ರಿಪ್ರೇಷನನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಪೇಪರ್ 1 ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಪೇಪರ್ 2 ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಎರಡರಲ್ಲಿನೂ ಕೂಡ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಮೇಲೆ, ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಪೆಡಗೋಗಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಸೊ ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ನೀವೇನಾದರೂ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಟಿ ಇ ಟಿ 2022ಗಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಿಪ್ರೇಷನನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ, ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಿಪ್ರೇಷನ್ ಲೆವೆಲನ್ನು ಬೂಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ 10 ಮಾಕ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನೀಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಪೇಪರ್ 1ಗೆ 10 ಮಾಕ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಪೇಪರ್ 2ಗೆ 10 ಮಾಕ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನಿಮಗೆ ನೀಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಕೇವಲ 300 ರುಪೀಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ನೀವೇನಾದರೂ ಈ 10 ಮಾಕ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಆದರೆ, ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಿಪ್ರೇಷನ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗಿದೆ ಎಂಬುದು ತಿಳಿತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ಯೂನಿಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಪ್ರಿಪ್ರೇಷನನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಸೊ ಯಾವ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿವೆ, ಯಾವ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು ಉತ್ತರವಾಗಿ, ಯಾವ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಗಳಿಂದ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು ಎದುರಾಗ್ತವೆ, ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಮಾಹಿತಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಲಭ್ಯವಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು 10 ಮಾಕ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಲು ಈ ನಂಬರಿಗೆ ನೀವು 8179138413 ಒಂದು ನಂಬರಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಫೋನ್ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ಶಾಟನ್ನು ಕಳಿಸಿದರೆ ನಾವು ನಿಮಗೆ 10 ಮಾಕ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಲೆಟಸ್ ಮೂವ್ ಟು ದಿ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಬಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟು, ವಿಚ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ರಿಸಿಪ್ಟಿವ್? ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ ಲಿಸ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್, ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬಿ ಲಿಸ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್, ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಸಿ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್, ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಡಿ speaking and reading skills. Yes, which of here four options are given. Which language skills are receptive here? Yes, here the right answer is option B, listening and reading skills are receptive. These two skills are receptive in nature, and the other writing skills and speaking and reading skills are productive skills, because we express or produce ideas by speaking or writing. So whenever you are going to write something, whenever you are going to speak, whenever you are going to read, so we are producing some ideas. But listening and reading are receptive skills, whereas writing skills and speaking skills are productive. Yes, now let us move to the question number 2. Grammar translation method stresses on. Yes, on which factor the grammar translation is going to stress? Option A, fluency, option B, appropriateness, option C, accuracy, option D, listening skill. Yes, grammar translation method. Yes, this grammar translation, it is going to stress on accuracy. So option C is the right answer. Yes, grammar translation method, it is a classical method using from classical time. Yes, the grammar translation, it is going to focus on accuracy. So option C is the right answer. Yes, question number 3. Children can best learn a language when they have option A, good textbook, option B, proficient language teacher, option C, inhibition, option D, motivation. Yes, children can best learn a language when the children are going to learn the language in a effective way. So if they are having good textbooks, yes, if they are having proficient language teacher, or inhibition, or motivation. So children are going to learn best language when they are having motivation. If the children are motivated, they can learn the language very easily. So that is why good teacher motivate the learners. The teacher should always motivate the learners to learn a new language. So question number 4. Study of meaning in a language is known as. Yes, we are going to study the meaning in language. So it is known as the option A, syntax, option B, semantics, option C, morphology, option D, linguistics. Yes, study of meaning in a language, it is called semantics. So study of meaning in a language, it is known as the semantics. So semantic means it is the study of meaning of words in a language. So in a language, whenever we are going to study about the words, meaning of words, it is known as the semantics. So here you should remember syntax, it is the study of sentence structure and also forms of sentences. And morphology is going to deal with the formation of words. Yes, this also you must remember. Yes, here semantics means we are going to study about meaning of words. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪದಗಳ ಅರ್ಥವನ್ನು ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಮ್ಯಾಂಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮಾರ್ಫಾಲಜಿ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಆಫ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್. Question number 5. Which one of the following is considered as a great determinant to learning English language? Yes, which one of the following is considered as a great determinant to learning English language? To learn English language, which one of the following is very helpful? Great determinant. Option A, English is a difficult language to learn. Option B, English has a vast vocabulary. Option C, lack of opportunity for pupils to listen and use English outside the classroom. Option D, English phonemes are unscrupulous. Yes, here the right answer is option C, lack of opportunity for pupils to listen and use English outside the classroom. It is considered as a great deterrent to learn English language. So because English language become more fluent and confident when it also practice even outside of classroom environment. So it is very disadvantage here. So lack of opportunity for pupils to listen and use English outside the world. So it is a deterrent, means it is a disadvantage to learn English language. So option C is the right answer. So students or children should provide good opportunity to learn English language even outside the classroom. Then they will learn very easily and effectively. Question number 6. Etymology, it is a. Option A, science of pedagogy. Option B, study of the meaning of words. Option C, science of knowing the origin of the word. Option D, study of language. Yes, etymology, it is a study of science of knowing the origin of the word. So etymology means here we are going to study the origin of the word. From where did we get the word? So it is a branch of linguistics and it concerns with the history and origin of the word. So option C is the correct answer. Yes, question number 7. Dr. West method lays stresses on. Yes, on which Dr. West stresses? Option A, listening. Option B, speaking. Option C, reading. Option D, writing. Yes, Dr. West he stresses on reading. So option C is the right answer. Yes, Dr. West was the proponent of new method which is famously known as Dr. West method, and this is going to promote silent reading. It was a revolt against direct method. This method also calls as reading method or textbook method. Yes, please remember Dr. West method it is known as the reading method or also textbook method. He promoted silent reading. So option C, reading, is the correct answer. Question number 8. Lesson plan is an example for. Option A, long term plan. Option B, mid term plan. Option C, short term plan. Option D, half yearly plan. Yes, lesson plan it is an example for short term plan. So lesson plan, it is made by the teacher for everyday teaching. So before going to the classroom, the teacher is going to prepare the lesson plan. According to this lesson plan, he is going to present his lecture to the students in very effective manner. So it is known, it is a short term plan. Daily according to his classes, he is going to prepare the lesson plan. So it is known as the short term plan. Question number 9. Example of authentic material is. Option A, English reader. Option B, supplementary reader. Option C, newspaper. Option D, all of the above. So example of authentic material is. Option C, newspapers are authentic material here. So newspaper, it is considered as a real or authentic material. Question number 10. The method of teaching English adopted at present in school curriculum is. The method of teaching English adopted at present in school curriculum is. Option A, formative correlation approach. Option B, functional communicative approach. Option C, function corrective approach. Option D, figurative comprehensive approach. Yes, the method of teaching English which is adopted at present in school curriculum, it is a functional communicative approach. So option B is the right answer. Question number 11. Direct method is also known as. Option A, natural method. Option B, inductive approach. Option C, indirect approach. Option D, all of the above. Yes, here the direct method, it is also called natural method. Yes, direct method, it is also known as the natural method of teaching. In this method, there is no use of mother tongue. Students learn English language in a natural way. So here while learning English in direct method, the students are not going to use their mother tongue. So they are going to learn English language in a natural way. So here option A is correct. Question number 12. Language acquisition occurs only when. Option A, the child absorbs the language without conscious attention. Option B, child is taught the rules of grammar. Option C, the child has exposure to the language. Option D, child is given a reward. Yes, here the correct answer is option C. Language acquisition occurs only when the child has exposure to the language. So there is a difference between language learning and also language acquisition. So language acquisition occurs when child has given enough exposure to the language. Question number 13. Comprehensive evaluation refers to assessment of. Yes, comprehensive evaluation it is going to refer option A, co-curricular activities assessment. Option B, assessment of academic subjects. Option C, assessment of both scholastic and co-scholastic areas. Option D, summative assessment text. Yes, here the right answer is option C, both scholastic and co-scholastic areas. Comprehensive evaluation it is going to refer the assessment of both scholastic and co-scholastic areas. Comprehensive evaluation it is going to tries to assess to evaluate all aspects of learners while present at schools. Question number 14. Storytelling to young learners is primarily mean for improvement there. Option A, writing skill. Option B, speaking skill. Option C, listening skill. Option D, reading skill. Yes, here the storytelling method to young learners it is primarily mean for improving their listening skill. So while the teacher is going to tell stories to the students to improve their listening skill. So telling story it is going to help to build a good character of children. So option C is the right answer. So the teachers are going to tell story to the student to improve their listening skills. Question number 15. Formative assessment it is an assessment of learning. Formative assessment is assessment of learning dash. Option A, of learning of learning. Option B, at learning. Option C, in learning. Option D, for learning. So formative assessment it is assessment for learning. So option D is correct here. Assessment for learning including diagnostic testing and it is a range of formal and informal assessment procedures conducted by the teacher during the learning process. So formative assessment means here the teacher is going to conduct the evaluation process during the learning process. So here the teacher wants to modify the teaching and learning activities to improve the students' attainment. Yes, here option D, for learning is the right answer. Question number 16. A shift from teaching to learning can be carried out by employing. Option A, entertainment at the institution. Option B, child-centered pedagogy. Option C, emphasis on the term and results. Option D, all of the above. Yes, a shift from teaching to learning can be carried out by employing child-centered education or child-centered pedagogy. So in this type of pedagogy, the more importance is given to the children. So according to the needs of the children, the curriculum will be prepared here. So option B is the right answer. Question number 17. Which of the following statements are correct? Option A, while all formative tasks are meant for improving teaching, learning, some are used for assessment too. Option B, formative assessment helps us to grade students into good, average and poor. Option C, all formative tasks are meant for assessment. Option D, formative assessment to be effective must be conducted only after teaching a lesson. Yes, here formative assessment yes, option A is correct here. While all formative tasks are meant for improving teaching, learning, some are used assessment too. So formative assessment is conducted during the teaching and learning process. Yes, so it is not conducted to grade the students. It is not meant for the assessment, and also it is not conducted only after the teaching. So while formative tasks are meant for improving teaching, learning, some are used for assessment too. So it is conducted during the teaching and learning process. So option A is correct. Question number 18. Which of the following is not a principle for teaching English as a second language? Option A, monitoring and assessing student language development. Option B, designing high quality lessons for language development. Option C, getting to know your learners. Option D, creating barriers to language learning. Which one of the following is not a principle of teaching English as a second language? Here the right answer is option D, creating barrier to language learning. So the teacher should not create any barrier or difficulty to learning language. So option D is the right answer. Question number 19. An effective pathway in language learning begins with option A, preparing a list of reading materials. Option B, inspiring students through various tasks. Option C, presentation of the reading context. Option D, writing on the blackboard. An effective pathway in language learning, it is going to start with inspiring students through various tasks. So option B is the correct answer. So an effective pathway in language learning, it is going to start with inspiring the students through various tasks. So option B is the right answer. Question number 20. Which one of the following is a factor that is going to affect learning positively? Option A, fear of failure. Option B, competition with peers. Option C, meaning association. Option D, pressure from parents. So which of the following is a factor that affects learning positively? Yes, here the correct answer is option C, meaningful association. It is going to affect the learning positively. So option C is the right answer. Yes, okay friends, this is about our today's class. And if you are preparing for Karnataka TET 2022 for paper 1 and paper 2, here we are providing 10 mock tests with solution PDF only at rupees 300. If you want to check your preparation, if you want to join for these 10 tests, you can send 300 rupees to 8179138413 through Google Pay or Phone Pay. Then you can send a screenshot. We will send you the test. And also you can also join our Telegram group, Global Online Kannada. Yes, I wish all the best to all. Thank you.